Grace and peace to you. Welcome to Morning Watch. I'm Rob, one of the pastors here at White Plains. Glad to have you with us today on a Friday. Good morning, Faye. Good to have you here. Welcome back. Hey, Keith, good morning. All right, let's begin our time together by going to God in prayer. Help me call a blessing down, for I think our poor old world needs it. A blessing of peace, a blessing of the ordinary, a blessing of national life without chaos and personal life without fear. Help me pray a healing down, for I know how much we need it. A strengthening of the bonds between us, simple respect, and patient listening, and a new beginning for us all. Help me welcome the sacred down, the wide-winged spirit drawn from every corner of heaven, to walk among us once more, to show us again how it can be when justice is the path and love the destination. Amen and amen. Yeah, we need that prayer, folks, right? We are not going to get this done on our own. Morning, Florida. Morning, Vernon. Yes, it is Friday, Steve. All right. So here's a simple chorus with a simple idea. In the big old songbook, there's a story behind this song, Let There Be Peace on Earth, by Cy Miller and Jill Jackson. It reads, one summer evening in 1955, a group of 100, and it is in tiny print. Tiny print. One summer evening in 1955, a group of 180 teenagers of all races and religions, meeting at a workshop high in the California mountains, locked arms, formed a circle, and sang a song of peace. They felt that singing the song with its simple, basic sentiment, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me, helped to create a climate for world peace and understanding. When they came down from the mountain, these inspired young people brought the song with them and started sharing it. And as though on wings, Let There Be Peace on Earth began an amazing journey around the globe. This simple thought, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me, first born on a mountaintop in the voices of the young, continues to travel heart to heart, gathering in people everywhere who wish to become a note in a song of understanding and peace. Peace for all humankind. Yeah. We were at choir practice last night, and Bert's out of town, and Mac's directing, and he asks me to pray at the end. And it just occurred to me in that prayer that the gift of making music together, the gift of having music, helps us get through the insanity that is our world sometimes. Sometimes we cannot, sometimes it seems that we can't do much about the things going on around us. And we talked yesterday, on Morning Watch, about how silence can be complicity. And yet silence is often an appropriate response in the face of unadulterated lies. And how do you respond? Well, so lifting your voice in song to glorify God or to unite people is an appropriate response, always. And does something because it frees up something inside us that knows something better is out there. And we join in together. So therefore it has community. A lot of things that go into that. When words fail, music speaks. And so I thought, with that in mind, that this would be an appropriate chorus for us this morning. Most of you probably know it. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God our Creator. Children all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be the song I vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, and take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Yeah. Amen. Well, we were wrapping up this. Yeah, my prayer too, Florida. Yeah. Hey, Emma, good morning. So we're wrapping up this chapter in the ladder to the light, the rung of truth. We'll just have one more day on it next Tuesday, which, by the way, I'm going to be gone some next week. I'll be here for Tuesday, but then gone at least a couple of days after that. So I'll let you know more on Tuesday about the schedule for the week, but next week is a crazy week. Lots of stuff going on. All right. So here we are at the end of this chapter, or near the end of this chapter, on truth. And I'm still asking, how do we get there? I understand what he's referring to, the benefits of the Native American system that is rooted in truth. And yet I wonder how we get there. And he understands that. He writes, truth does not get lost. Do not turn away from what you know is right, no matter the cost. Because what you value in the Spirit is more precious than anything power or money can buy. It is your integrity. Be wise, be alert, for the practice of integrity is not as easy as it sounds. Some people will believe whatever they hear. Others will hear only what they believe. And some will say anything to get what they want. And some will want what you have no matter what you say. Some will deny what you can see so clearly for yourself. Some will distract you with the card trick of the truth. But remember, the truth does not get lost. It just gets hidden. Charleston writes, the treaties made with our people were lies. The promises made to us were lies. The stories told about us were lies. The motives for taking our land were lies. The reasons for destroying our culture were lies. Few societies are as familiar with the full impact of lies as Native America. We are very experienced with the outcome of institutionalized lying. Therefore, this much we know for certain. Systems that do not depend on the truth become corrupt, self-destructive, and eventually lethal. Climate change is a good example. Denial of the truth that human activity and choice are eroding the greatest system of all, Mother Earth, is already killing life on this planet on a huge scale. If the deception and misinformation continue, ecological breakdown will eventually reach a tipping point, a point of no return. This is not some romantic Native American prophecy told by an exotic shaman about events in the far future. This is a truth told by a people who know the cost of lies. In the end, our many social systems are interconnected. The lies told in the political arena will impact the judicial system. They will reappear in the educational system, and they will infect the healthcare system. Permission to lie is a cancer in the body of any social organism. The more visible that permission becomes, the more acceptable it becomes in all spheres of life over time. It will eat away at the entire structure of a civilization. It will consume hope in a darkness that cannot be penetrated by any light of truth. Telling the truth is not easy. It was not easy for my ancestors. It is not easy for us today. It requires a social contract that is based on much of what I have shared in this book. A spiritual commitment to do something bigger than ourselves. It means taking the idea of community to the level of kinship. A bond of trust that cannot be broken. It means practicing what we preach. And as I read that last night, I couldn't help but think about the famous moment when John McCain was running against Barack Obama, when John McCain was asked at a town hall about some conspiracy theories regarding Barack Obama, that he was not a U.S. citizen, that he was that he was a bad man, that he was Islamic or something like that. And John McCain told the person asking the question, "No, ma'am, he's a good man. We disagree on how to get things accomplished through the government. We have fundamental disagreements, but he's a good man." And of course, John McCain ridiculed as a loser by some. Where is that kind of honesty in politics? Where is any honesty on any side in politics? Are we so conditioned by the drive to define the narrative, as I talked about from my political science class 40 years ago? We're so driven to define the narrative that we accept that, oh yeah, Politicians lie. All politicians lie. We just take it for granted. And so, when it becomes a regular thing, we become desensitized to it. How do we get back to what Charleston is talking about? He writes, the truth of the circle. The circle is our sign, ancient and universal. It is the sign of our faith, the image of what we see each day all around us. The circle is both the shape of life and of time. The great circle embraces every living thing, holding us together in kinship, protecting us, bringing us closer. The endless cycles of time carry us like a leaf in a stream, spiraling out, spiraling in, the motion of creation revealing. Within these circles, we find our place and our meaning. We are all in the circle of life. We are all in the circle of time. No outsiders, no outcasts, no distinctions, no exceptions. We are all heirs of the same truth, the truth of the circle. We are all the same. If the vision in this book were brought down to earth, we would have zero tolerance for lying in every aspect of our culture. And while that may seem like a fantasy to some of us who have lost confidence in our social institutions, it is good to remember that it has been done before. The proof that a political system can exist based on truth-telling is still there for all of us to see. All we have to do is look behind the lies told in our own history to see the truth of Native American civilization. For centuries, we developed an ethic of truth. It's centuries. It's easy to remember. It's easy to forget how long the Native culture thrived. We inculcated that value throughout our society. It manifested in how we taught our young, cared for our sick, and elected our leaders. Truth-telling was the cornerstone, and it can be again. I come back to the words of Gandalf. In the end, the shadow is but a passing thing. All we can do, folks, is control what we can control. Let there be peace on earth. It's got to start right here, in my heart, with what I can control, right? Bono says, I can't change the world, but I can change the world in me. By changing the world in himself, it could be argued that U2 did make a pretty big difference in the world and probably still is today. We got to change it starting right here. Amen. Amen. Maybe we'll take it back there someday. That's right. Yeah. Hey, James. Will we see it in our lifetime? I don't know. But can we leave it a little better for those that follow? Can we do what we can and not give up hope? Right? For those that follow after. All right. Thanks for being here, folks. May you find peace and purpose in this day. Let it start with you. I will see you again on Tuesday with another morning watch, and I'll look forward to seeing you in worship on Sunday as we talk about longing for wholeness, longing to be set free from what binds us. Also, we'll be burning that mortgage on on Sunday, which is a celebration indeed, freeing us up to do more every day. All right. Thanks for being here. I'll look forward to seeing you in worship and again next week for another morning watch. Take care.